It's what happens when strawberry cheesecake meets the cinnamon roll. Vaughn joins me in the kitchen to share this recipe for heavenly strawberry cheesecake sweet rolls. I mean, what sounds better than that?
Right? Our cinnamon rolls are getting a makeover.
Okay, so tell me what goes into this?
Yeah, so I just took my favorite tried and true cinnamon roll dough recipe. It's just like a brioche dough with eggs, butter, sugar, all the good tender things. It's so fluffy and soft, like think Cinnabon. And instead of doing cinnamon, we're kind of making it over with a nice summery filling. So we're doing a cream cheese spread, which is just cream cheese, butter, powdered sugar, pretty simple. And then a homemade strawberry compote, which is just so easy, over the stove, strawberries, sugar, things like that. Nice chunky jam.
Yum.
And then we're also gonna add some graham crackers.
Oh,
so
that's a twist. Okay,
yes.
Before you start making this though, the dough, we told people, we would tell them, how do we make it so fluffy and pillowy?
Yeah. So the trick is to watch the amount of flour that you're adding. I think that's where people go wrong when they make sweet rolls, is they add too much flour.
Really?
Dinner rolls, sweet rolls, breads, things like that. If you're getting
conservative.
If you're getting a tough dry dough, what you're looking for is it to be soft and tacky, and not super tough.
Okay.
Right? So we want it to be nice and soft.
To bounce back.
And this, another tip for us as we're spreading this out, a lot of people when they're using soft fillings like jams, if they're making raspberry rolls, orange rolls, things like that, they ask, how can I get my rolls not to just get so gloppy and spread everywhere? And one trick that I have for that is chilling the dough. So this dough feels even better because it's slightly chilled right now.
So before you put the spread on it, you're putting it in the fridge.
Yep, so I made the dough in my mixer, let it get soft and tacky, let it rise for 30 to 60 minutes, and then I'm chilling it for a little bit so it's easy to roll out. And then all of this soft filling that I'm putting in, it's not gonna goop out.
Okay, that is a great
You don't have to do that. If I'm in a rush, I don't do it. But it really gives your sweet rolls a much cleaner cut.
And you're also not going right to the edge. You're leaving about an inch all the way around.
Yeah, an inch, half an inch. So this is the spread, and then we'll add that compote. And then people ask, are the graham crackers gonna make it super crunchy?
Yeah.
And it softens up as you bake it. It's amazing. And so it just brings this warm effect. It's not like a crunchy cinnamon roll, that would be gross. But it just makes it nice and warm. So you do a cream cheese layer, a jam layer.
And this is your homemade, but of course people can use store-bought.
Yep.
Okay.
Absolutely. Yeah, if you're running short on time, you can use your favorite, any kind of favorite jam that you like.
Well, I think this is so fun for a breakfast. I mean, what a fun like first day of school. I know we're already talking about that.
Yes, absolutely.
To make it special.
Well, and it's just strawberry season right now. You can use frozen or fresh strawberries. Right now they're in season and they're a pretty good price. So I used fresh, but I mean, you can make these all year round because they're fantastic when they're frozen too.
And she didn't crumble these too fine. I mean, you've got some pretty big chunks.
Oh yeah.
And these are just normal graham crackers.
Just your yummy honey-made s'mores graham crackers. Yep.
Well, this is.
Go ahead and go generous.
I wouldn't mind a little chunk, but
a crunch. Yeah, and you know, and that's where it comes on top. I'll add a little bit of crunch on top. Yeah.
So show us the technique. Everyone has their technique for rolling.
Totally. And another thing in terms of sizing, as you consider about how you want to roll out your dough, if you want smaller sweet rolls, like you want to make them for a shower this summer or something like that, a baby shower, wedding shower, things like that, and you want to go a little bit smaller so they're bite size, you want your dough to be narrower and longer. If you want bakery style rolls, like nice big fat ones, you want your dough to be wider. It's all about how thick it is when it's going to be rolled up.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yes, that totally
So we're going for like a medium bakery approach here. And also see how nice that rolls up just because that dough's chilled.
Okay.
Yeah. So again, not mandatory, but you'll get a lot less spillage.
When you come to the end.
So kind of pinch it down at the end there. And then my favorite hack for the clean cut, you know this.
Yes, the floss.
Grandma's dental floss. You gotta use floss. And I do them about an inch wide. That's a pretty good size for me. And you'll get, let me do one more in the center here. You can see it will stay clean.
So nice. So nice and clean.
Look at that clean cut. Yeah.
And look at that beautiful inside.
Yes.
That's gorgeous.
We got the graham crackers, the crumbs. So you'll add it to your baking sheet. Right now, what I've rolled up is actually a half batch. It's a pretty generous half batch, right? So it halves well, it doubles well. This was a half batch. If you're doing a half batch, it makes about a dozen. If you do a full batch, it makes about 2 dozen. So
and you're doing a metal pan. I've seen people do glass. Does it really matter?
it does,
Okay.
yeah. So the way that metal conducts heat is different than glass. So it heats up and cools down a lot faster. So glass is great for things like those casseroles or cobblers, things that you kind of want to warm up slowly and cool down slowly. Things with breads or other things like brownies or cookie bars, things like that, always reach for your metal pans first because they're going to cool down faster, not overcook the bread as much.
And then tell me, you said we're going to add a little something as the crunch.
So after it's baked, spread a little cream cheese frosting on top. And then if you like that crunch, go ahead and add a little extra graham cracker, a little fresh strawberry for presentation, and it's so good. Divine.
And so you have a lot of different components here. You're going to share all those recipes.
Yes, absolutely.
Every one of these
all the components, all the recipes are on my website, loskitchenco.com.
And really, you could do a different type of jam too. I mean,
oh yeah, you could make this into raspberry. You could do like orange. You could do anything. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Tell us your website one more time.
loskitchenco.com. I also share a ton of tips on Instagram, loskitchenco.
Okay, thank you so much. Can't wait to dive into these in the break. Thank you.
You're welcome.